Hello everyone and welcome back to Catherine's Plates, where I want to show you 4 of the very best strawberry desserts that I have. We're going to start off with strawberry icebox cake, strawberry cheesecake puffs, the easiest strawberry shortcake poke cake, and then we have the #1 rated video on my channel from you guys, over 700,000 views for this one, strawberry cheesecake dump cake. Stay tuned for that one. You guys ready? Let's go ahead and start with the strawberry icebox cake. I've got 2 pounds of fresh strawberries that I have washed and dried off, and I've just cut off the tops of the strawberries. Now we're going to slice these. When we slice these, we want to take the sides of the strawberries and put those off to the side to use later on for the top of the cake. And then we are going to take the other slices and we're going to put them into a small bowl. In a large mixing bowl, I'm going to add 3 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We're going to beat this until we get soft peaks. I'm going to place 1 scoop of it into the bottom of a 9x13 baking dish and cover it evenly. We're going to add graham crackers to the bottom of that in 1 single layer to cover. I'm going to put 1/3 of that whipped topping on top of the graham crackers and smooth that out evenly. And then I'm going to place a layer of strawberries on top of the whipped topping. I'm going to place another layer of graham crackers to cover, 1 layer. And then I'm going to add half of what's left of that whipped topping on top of the graham crackers and smooth that out. I'm going to add more strawberries to the top. We're going to add the rest of those strawberries. We're going to place another layer of graham crackers, and then we're going to finish off the whipped topping on top of the graham crackers. Now remember those sides of the strawberries that are really pretty? We're bringing those back, and we're going to place those on top of the cake in a nice decorative layer, any way you want. We're going to refrigerate the cake for 4 hours, which will allow it to set up, and then you get a nice slice. Look at that. Strawberry cheesecake puffs. We are going to be using puff pastry for this dessert. You want to follow the directions on the back of the package to thaw out 1 puff pastry sheet. The puff pastry sheet generally is folded in 3s, so you want to lay your thawed puff pastry sheet out on a parchment lined sheet pan. Now you're going to find some paper in between, so just go ahead and pull those off as you're opening up your pastry sheet. Now since there's already lines on the puff pastry sheet where it was folded, we're going to cut right there to make 3 long sheets of dough. And then we're going to cut those 3 in half, and that will give us 6 pieces of puff pastry. We're going to separate the dough, that way when they bake they'll puff out and not become one again. We're going to place this in a 400-degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes until they get nice and puffy and golden brown. Now I've just pulled these out of the oven. Look how golden brown these look. The back sides of them, perfect. What we're going to do is allow these to cool off of the pan. I've just put these on a cutting board. Meanwhile, let's make the cream cheese filling. In a medium mixing bowl, we're going to add 8 ounces of very soft cream cheese, half a cup of white granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. We're going to use an electric hand mixer. We're going to blend this together for about 3 to 4 minutes till it's nice and smooth and creamy. About halfway through, just take a spatula, pull down your sides, and then start again. That's what we're looking for. We're going to take our puff pastry sheets that have puffed up, and we are going to cut those lengthwise, kind of like you're making sandwich bread. You got the top and the bottom. So very carefully, these are very delicate, so you want to be very careful when you cut through these. I find that using a serrated knife really helps. I'm going to open up the rest of them. Now make sure you can find your tops from your bottoms. We're going to divide the cream cheese mixture by 6. And generally I find that if you do 2 tablespoons for each puff, that works. Now we're going to fill the bottoms of these with the cream cheese filling. So place the 2 tablespoons of cream cheese filling on the bottom of your puff pastry and then smear it out. Kind of like you're putting mayonnaise on a piece of bread. Now I've cleaned and dried a pound of strawberries. I'm taking off the tops of them, and then I'm just going to slice these. We're going to place them on top of the cream cheese filling on the puff. And I generally find that 2 sliced strawberries for each puff is perfect. You can just fan them out. I'm going to place half a jar of strawberry jam. You can use preservatives or jelly, and I'm just going to take a fork in a small bowl, and I'm just going to kind of beat this up until it gets thin. We want to make sure that it is spreadable. So we're going to use the tops this time, and we're going to spread 1 tablespoon of the thinned out jelly on the inside of the top. And then we're going to place that on top of our fresh strawberries that we cut. And it'll make it look like a sandwich. So we're going to finish these up. And we got to let it snow. Sprinkle some powdered sugar all over the tops of these. Y'all, that is the perfect Valentine Day dessert. The easiest strawberry shortcake, poke cake. We are going to start by placing a box of white cake mix into the bottom of a large mixing bowl. We're going to make this bakery style, so I'm going to be adding 1 cup of milk in place of the 1 cup of water that's found on the back of the package directions. I'm also going to be adding 1/3 cup of melted butter. That's to replace the oil. And then we're going to add 3 eggs. I brought these to room temperature to make more of a fluffy cake. Now all of this will turn this into more of a bakery style cake. So what we're going to do is take an electric hand mixer. We're going to blend this all together for about 2 minutes until we get a nice, smooth, fluffy batter. We're going to pour the batter into a 9 by 13 baking dish that we've prepared with some nonstick cooking spray. We're just going to spread out the batter to make it even. We're going to bake the cake per the directions on the back of the box for a 9 by 13 dish, and then we're going to cool the cake completely. Now that the cake has cooled completely, we're going to poke a lot of holes throughout the cake. I am using a large steak fork. We're going to place a large measuring cup on the counter, and I'm going to place in 1 box, which is 3 ounces of strawberry jello mix. We're going to add 1 cup of very hot water. If you can bring it to a boil, that's perfect. While we're adding the water, we're going to start whisking it all together until those sugars start melting. And then we're going to add 1 cup of very cold water. And we're going to whisk that all together until well combined. We are going to take our jello mixture and we are going to pour it all over the cake. You want to make sure that you aim for those holes also, because that makes a pretty decorative design when you cut your cake. We are going to refrigerate our cake for 4 hours to allow the jello to set up in the cake. I have washed and dried strawberries, and what I'm going to do is, we're not taking the tops off of them, but we're going to slice through the strawberry about 3/4 of the way, 3 to 4 slices. You'll make a nice fan shape that we're going to decorate the cake with. You can do this while the cake is in the refrigerator. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and make the whipped topping. In a large bowl, I've placed 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. We're going to blend this together with an electric hand mixer until soft peaks have formed. We're going to go ahead now and remove the cake from the refrigerator. We're going to spread the whipped topping on the cake evenly. And then we're going to take our fanned strawberries and decorate the cake. What a great presentation when you cut into this cake. Strawberry shortcake poke cake. Look at that bite. Strawberry cheesecake dump cake, the #1 rated video on my channel. We are going to be using a 9x13 baking dish. I am going to spray it with some non-stick cooking spray along the bottoms, sides, and edges. I've got 2 cans of strawberry pie filling. Both cans are 21 ounces each, and those are strawberries, not cherries. I'm going to pour both cans into the bottom of the baking dish, and then you are going to want to spread that out evenly. What's great about this dish is the fact that you can use all kinds of different flavors of pie filling. I'm thinking blueberry, cherry, whatever flavor you want. Can y'all smell those strawberries? Mmm, delicious. The next step is we're going to be adding cream cheese on top of our pie filling. Now this is 8 ounces of whipped original cream cheese. This is different than just the block of cream cheese. If you're going to use that, then you want to make sure that it's very soft. Now I tend to find that I like to use the 2-spoon method, where you just take 1 spoon, you can put the cream cheese on there and try to dollop it that way, or take another spoon and help put the dollops on top of your pie filling there. Now you can also pipe it on there if you want to fill a piping bag with the cream cheese, and do it that way. We're going to set this aside, and then we are going to start making the crumble mixture. I'm going to bring over a medium bowl and we're going to add in 1 box of vanilla cake mix. This is a 15.25 ounce size. You can also do the white cake mix, or you can even do the yellow cake mix for this recipe. If y'all try the chocolate, let me know. That sounds delicious too. To this, we're going to add 1/2 cup of melted butter. You want to stir this all together until you get a nice wet crumbly mixture. I find I love this version more than just sprinkling the cake mix onto your pie filling and then putting the slabs of butter all over it. This has a more even texture to it. Alright, we're going to bring our cream cheese pie filling mixture back over and we're going to sprinkle the crumble mixture all on top of the cream cheese to cover completely. You can get on top of the cream cheese, you can get in between the cream cheese, just make sure it is covered. We're going to place this in our preheated oven at 400 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. You want to make sure that it's nice and golden on the top. And then the pie filling should be bubbly. I got a surprise for you guys. Here it comes. We are going to scoop out this delicious cheesecake dump cake. And guess what I'm going to put with it? Dun dun dun. Okay, suspense over. There it is. Bluebell ice cream, Texas favorite. Few scoops, and there you go. Okay, comment down below which ones were your favorite. Make sure you give me a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure y'all are hitting that bell notification, that way you'll always know when my shows are posted. I will see you on the next episode.